Alright guys, so I'm at Finlay Chevrolet here in Las Vegas, and this is Steven. Everybody say hi. Hi, Steven.
Hi.
And I met Steven on the interwebs, and you should definitely always go out in public and meet strangers that you meet on the internet. Nothing bad ever happens. And Steven works here as a salesman at Chevrolet, and he says that I get to review a couple of cars today, and right now we are in the Chevy Bolt. So what can you tell me about this one so far?
So the Chevrolet Bolt is new for 2017 to our market. It is 100% all electric. It's a very fun car to drive. It is front wheel drive. Big touchscreen in the car. Tons of options that you can get on this car. We are in the LT version of it with heated seats, heated steering wheel. So great options in the car for a great price point. Come on down and check them out. You'll have a blast with this car.
All right, and he says it's going to be a blast, so before I even show you guys around it or outside of it or any of that, we're going to drive it. So let's see. First, you got to put it in drive, and I have a really weird... Oh, let me show you guys this real quick, though. Here's the gear select right here, and that's unusual. That's very different than the Bolt. So let's see. Is that drive?
You got to press the button on the bottom.
I'm pressing the...
button.
That button. Oh, that button.
And then back.
And then back. Oh, and now it's in drive. Oh, that's weird. That's weird.
And parking brake, so put on the brake and then push down. So electronic parking brake.
All right, you guys had the parking brake engaged. All right, I'm gonna roll up the windows here. It's a warmer day, so yeah. Do you mind getting us some AC here? Let's see what we see. It's quiet like I would expect. This has some similar interior body lines as
so we'll make a left.
The Volt. It's really cute. You said it's fast. It's fast.
It has some power, that's for sure.
Oh, that's funny. Thanks for turn signal, Yoda. All right, where are we going?
So we'll go up to Jones.
Cool.
And we'll make a right.
All right. Speed limit is 45, and I'm already at it right here. 50, pretty good. I'm speeding right now. Never do that. Totally speeding. Man, it is quick.
So really responsive, really good steering.
Great brakes, and I have a little flappy paddle behind the steering wheel on the left, which is the regenerative braking that I do not have in my 2012 Volt. That's pretty nice.
Standard features with the car. With the new car, you do get 3 months of OnStar, you get 3 months of XM radio. Standard feature that comes with the radio, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Something that you don't have in your current Volt. So it takes your phone and it will put it up on the screen.
Oh.
So you can use your navigation from your phone, any music that you have on your phone. You can use, if you have an iPhone, Siri to text or make phone calls. If you have a Galaxy, you can use Google to text and make phone calls.
Oh, yeah, right now the 2012 Volt has the My Chevrolet app, and that's about it. It's nice because it lets me know where the car is parked, and it'll send me little alerts and give me information about tire pressure, things like that. I can unlock the car from the app. I can do things like that, but it doesn't have Android Auto or
Apple CarPlay.
Apple CarPlay. I'm not an Apple person. Are you an Apple person?
No, I have a Galaxy.
See, Droid. Droid is where it's at.
You also get the My Chevrolet app with the purchase of a new one. You get that free for 5 years. Which will do the same thing. You can remote start the car from the app. You can unlock and lock your doors from the app. You can also set up charge times. So if you are on a EV rate and your charge times are times that you are at home, you can plug in your car and go on your phone and set up the charge times to start charging at those times.
Nice. That's really nice. Yeah, because some places the power company will give you a special rate, but you agree to only charge between the hours of whatever and whatever. So whatever those hours are, you could set that up on the app, and leave your car plugged in, and your car won't charge until it's been given permission to do so by the app.
Right.
So that you maintain.
Like a right here in Warm Springs.
Yep, can do. Can't do it quickly. This thing is a lot faster than my Volt. Oh, that's
much
funny.
quicker.
Does it have a sport mode?
It does. So sport mode is right here. If you want to go ahead and play with that, just press this button and you will turn it on.
I will, but I'm going to wait till the pedestrian's out of the intersection. That seems like the right thing to do. So I'm going to turn this on. That's it.
Right,
Sport mode.
Sport mode on.
How do I know it's in sport mode?
It says it right there, and you can see it right down
Oh, ready.
there.
Sport ready. Okay, in the bottom right-hand corner. And I know I can turn right on red. However, see, you never know who's going to be acting foolish.
Yeah, we are in Las Vegas.
Yeah. Say word. Okay, that's us. It actually squealed the tires.
It will.
That is my tripod bouncing around in the back. Ah, that's hilarious. And right up to 60. I wasn't timing it, were you?
No.
0 to 60 and right to hell now. That's how long.
Right.
So that's pretty cool. Nice. Does it nag? Does it give you any nagging signals? Like when I'm driving inefficiently in the Volt, there will be a little circle that gets sad.
So it won't until you start like really draining down the battery. So right now we have over a 200-mile range.
What's the total range?
Total range is usually right around 219 miles on a full charge. But depending on how you drive, that can really affect. And
Right.
if you have it in sport mode too, it can affect the range of the.
Right, I'm just
the
playing
car as
right
well.
now, but ordinarily I drive like the grandma that I am.
Yeah, we love
It's nimble.
electronic power steering in it, so it's no longer a hydraulic power steering. So the car at lower speeds can give actually
GM's been
more
putting
power
that in
steering.
cars for a long time.
A while.
Oh,
So-
well, I had a 2004 Saturn Ion that had electronic power. Am I going right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That had electronic power steering in it. And that was an Ion, which is a pretty base model car to begin with.
Right. Well, the
And it
irons
still
are
has-
great.
I loved it. It like the only reason that it's not still around is because it was totaled.
That's a shame.
That's the only reason someone in the family isn't still driving it.
Right. Those things go forever in a day.
Yes, and I got incredible range out of the gas tank on that little plastic car, and you could park it right next to the shopping cart corral because all of the panels on it were literally manufactured by Rubbermaid. So that was cool. But yeah, they've had the electronic power steering for a while, and it feels really good in this car. The steering wheel is very nicely wrapped. This is
So those are the new steering wheels that they started putting in the cars in 2016.
yeah, this is definitely an upgrade from the one that I use in
Right.
the Volt.
And they give you a little more thicker of a steering wheel. You really get a good grip on it, so you never feel like you're out of control of the car when you're driving it.
Yeah.
They are telescoping and tilting steering wheels too, so you can push them in, pull them out, really customize your steering wheel position and get it to where you're comfortable in driving.
Nice. We're gonna be making a right.
We'll go
Eventually?
up, yeah, to the freeway and then
Mhm.
take the front road down again.
This weird parallel road. Roy Horn, parallel to the freeway. This thing is nice. So right now up in the display, I've got all of the things that you would expect, and it still looks like the Chevy EV dash, only a little upgraded, a little newer, a little cleaner.
And you can customize that screen too, and you can even actually get it to look pretty similar to what you're accustomed to in your Volt. So if you're driving one of the Chevrolet vehicles and you're used to the way your screen looks, you can actually adjust that to change it back to it.
Oh, nice.
So, and all you do is use that directional pad right there, and then you can scroll through the options up and down. Will tell you different things through it, and then you can actually change the menus and change the way things look. So it's pretty cool.
Very cool. This thing is pretty. And then this comes preloaded with the SXM. Also,
Yeah,
right?
Sirius XM. You get a 3-month trial of XM radio with the purchase of a new car to decide if you want to keep it or not. Most people nowadays with Android Auto, it's Pandora and Amazon Music and all that because it's all right there.
Want to know a secret? I listen to Sirius XM. They have stand-up comedy,
They do, yeah.
and they have classic stand-up comedy from like Bob Hope talking to the troops and stuff. It's awesome, awesome. So how well has this one been selling?
The Bolts, I have 4 on the lot, and that's the most I've had since we got them in November. It's crazy how you cannot keep these things in stock. You get them,
I can see why. It's super fun.
right, and believe it or not, this is a smaller car than your Volt lengthwise.
Oh yeah.
But there's more interior space in this car.
No way.
Yes.
No way.
Yes. You can actually fit 5 people in this car comfortably.
Oh, you mean for seating space?
Seating.
Ah, because you don't have the tunnel that
Correct.
goes through that makes it 2 bucket seats in the back. Yeah, I see. I have a full
Correct.
bench in the rear, which we do not have in the Volt.
So you have them, you're going to see that in the new 2017 and 2018 Volts. They have a bench now.
Ah.
And they do have a 5th seat belt. So technically you can put 5 people back there.
That's cool because that would make it qualify for Uber and Lyft, which is the reason that the 2012 did not qualify, because they wanted that 3rd seat in the back. They wanted you to be able to cram as many drunk, crying, puking women in the back of the car as possible when you're driving for Uber and Lyft. That's very important. This is a really nice car. I am stunned by how snappy it is. Like, I mean, I have an electric car too, and when I first started driving the Volt, even it felt pretty snappy to me after driving the 06 Passat. So I was prepared for it to be snappy, but this is also a good deal. It feels a good deal lighter than the Volt that I'm currently driving.
It is. It definitely is.
Which is basically a tank.
Now the new Volt, you're going to see it's much different than what you're used to as well. Things have definitely changed with that car.
That's good. That means Chevy's still invested in that model, and that they're going to keep making them.
Always trying to improve range on the Volts, and always try to improve fit and finish on the cars. And we can pull this one right down in here so we can open it all up.
Yeah. Let's see. Can I put it side by side right there?
Sure.
All right.
You can see the big backup camera that you're going to
Oh,
have.
yeah. Let's look at the big backup camera. So I need to hold this down.
Reverse is go all the way up
All
and
the way
then
up?
to you.
And then 2.
There you go.
Oh.
And now you're in reverse. And you can see your big backup camera.
Yeah, that's a really big monitor for the backup.
Right.
We'll just back up directly into that there, Chevy. This is taking a little getting used to.
Yep.
This way, go this way. I'm usually much better at this. Aha!
So once you get a hang of that gear shift, it's pretty easy.
Yeah, that seems like a pretty straightforward selector. Love the way they've done that. And then, you know, let's not crash directly into my Volt, which it looks like we're not gonna do. But we're gonna be too close to it. Beepy, I know. It takes it so personal. Now I'm just playing. Nice. I know it's got a backup camera. I know you can do the whole thing in the monitor. I just am in the habit of checking my mirrors. And turning my head.
And you don't have a whole lot of blind zones in this car either.
And that's it. You just hit the button and you're parked?
You're parked. And if you want to set the parking brake, it's up towards the sky.
I have the same parking brake switch in my car.
There you go.
And then how do you turn the car off? Is it
Just press the power button right
up there? Mine's in the dash. How cool is that? All right, let's take a
So
look.
now it's going to display our energy usage on the screen.
All right. And there's a bunch of music I don't own the rights to. All right. So we have their energy usage up here, and that's pretty good.
Here's you can go through in the car if you don't want to do it on the app.
Similar display to mine.
Right. Set up charging times.
Cool. Wow. This is exactly how much power we're using and why we're using it and how we're using it. Crazy. And you can turn these alerts on and off. That's amazing.
So this one
Really
actually
cool
will
looking.
tell you how you drove and the conditions outside, why it affected your last drive.
Oh, yeah. That's great info. Okay, well, let's see what there is to see on the outside of this thing. So, all right, so here's the Bolt we just drove. Very cute little car. And here it is right next to Alessandro the Volt. Definitely looks a good bit more modern. Which is good, it should. It's much newer. Very nice. I like the blue inside of the badge here. And if you'll notice, guys, they already blacked out the badge in the grill in this one. So you don't have to do it yourself like I had to in my Volt. And then, yep.
It accepts all type of chargers.
Whoa! What? So you can charge at a Tesla?
Yes.
Really? I can't do that in the Volt now. That's amazing. Very similar wheels. That's the Bolt. That's my Volt. And those are stock. Again, with the blue and the badge. Looks really good. Kind of exterior, what kind of cargo space?
So good cargo space in the Volt.
Not
and
bad.
the rear seats do fold down.
So they fold forward same as
the Volt.
Same as my car.
And it does go fairly deep down in there.
Oh, it really does. This is actually a lot lower than the lip of the trunk itself. That's nice. So not nearly the cargo space of the Volt, though, which makes sense because it's smaller.
Right, but with your rear seats down, you can get 2 sets of golf clubs in there.
Yeah. 2 sets of golf clubs?
We have tested it.
I don't know anybody who golfs, though. Do you?
Oh, yes.
You know people who golf?
Absolutely.
On purpose.
On purpose.
Seems like a really good way to ruin a perfectly good walk.
It's fun. We love to be outside, so.
I like to be outside too, just not golfing. All right. You guys can see that this interior is nice and new. That dash cluster is nice and clean. That's a big giant screen, which is gorgeous, which we already looked at. And that is the gear selector that was giving me problems earlier. That's funny. Really good looking. I like it. Oh yeah, pop the hood, pop the hood. Oh, there it is. Look at all that goodness. See, when I take that to the car show, I always pop the hood, and people walk by and don't know what to do. How good is this? So all electric, no gas generator on board.
Correct.
None of those annoying noises. Don't have to buy gas for it. Over 200-mile range. What else could you want? What else could you want?
And you can get these starting under 40,000.
Really?
Correct.
All right, and
This
people
one
should
has-
definitely come here and buy it from you personally, right?
Absolutely.
Obviously.
Absolutely. We're having a big sale on bolts and Volts this month. So come on down and guaranteed best price in town.
Man, I like it.
This one, as it sits, is 40,000 even.
Okay. Good deal. And for what you're going to save on gas, that makes a lot of sense. Hey, can we look at a Volt?
Absolutely.
I like it. Let's go look at a Volt. All right, guys, so I'm back in the showroom at Findlay Chevrolet, and there's a fully loaded Bolt in here. Look at this thing. Super, super gorgeous. Let's see what we see on the inside.
So, I brought this so we can demo CarPlay.
Oh, nice.
Android Auto, it's pretty cool. So all you do is plug your phone in.
Okay, that's your phone. Cool. Look at this nice big screen here. Look at this. See that? That's not a reflection being displayed in that mirror. That's camera. How insane is this? And it's a different camera than the backup camera.
So your Android Auto, Google Maps, and if you have Android, you have Waze. So
Cool.
if you don't know what Waze is.
I use Waze.
Yeah, Waze is
Waze is where
the
it's at.
greatest.
You know to warn you about roadkill if people report it? Report it?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have a whole lot of roadkill here in Vegas. Your telephone's there.
Nice.
You can use your wake up command. You can say, "Okay, Google, take me to the nearest McDonald's."
McDonald's, all right.
That was so cool!
So super easy to use.
Does it make you feel like a wizard?
It's pretty cool. Your Pandora's all there. Google Play Music, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Last.fm, Slacker Radio, whatever radio apps that you have on your phone is going to show up there. Super
Amazing.
easy to use. iPhones is the same thing. So if you have an iPhone, it actually looks like your iPhone though when you put it up on the screen. So it's
Oh, that's
cool.
nice. And this is the fully loaded one. So I have heated seats.
You do have heated seats.
That's pretty cool. And
There's our
this
heated
wacky
seat
thing
button.
right there.
Some of them have the
Storage
option for
compartment.
wireless charging.
Storage compartment.
So if your phone has wireless charging, so if you have an iPhone or a Android, you have a wireless charger here.
Oh, that's what that is.
Yep.
Nice. And then how about the interior of this thing? Is this open?
Yeah, it does. It slides.
Ah!
And opens.
Wow, that's a big compartment. That's
Super deep.
Down to my elbow. Goodness. And then that goes in on top of it.
Yep.
For the ability to stash things. Not that you ever would, but hey, we know it's legal in Vegas now. Wow.
So and then you can see the Bolt Premier is $44,305.
And that's for a fully loaded Bolt.
Fully loaded.
Nice. That's pretty good value, really.
Yeah, and that comes with all the safety features of the forward collision alert, the low speed forward braking, the pedestrian braking, the lane departure warning, lane keep assist, all those good safety features on it. Come standard on this car with the Premier.
Well, that's amazing. All right, now we're going to go test drive a Volt. All right, you guys ready for the new Volt? Look at it. Really good looking. I like this thing.
This is a Premier Volt.
Oh, so this is the same
Top
trim
of
level
line.
package as mine.
Top of the line. Yours is an LTZ?
Premium.
Yeah. So this is the top leather, all that good stuff in it. 2018.
I see that even in 2018, Chevrolet is still committed to the braces. I might have to black that out, but the rest of this car looks amazing. Really good looking.
So in the front grills on the new Volts too with the Premiers, you do have the ability to get adaptive cruise control, which will slow down and speed up when you have your cruise control set based off the car in front of you.
Oh, that's nice. That's a cool option. All right, can we open the back of this?
Absolutely.
That's the kind of cargo space I'm familiar with. Big bunches of it. And these seats in the rear still fold down like they do in mine, right?
Correct.
Same. Very cool.
So, and this one, like I said, pretty much fully loaded, still under 40,000.
No way. What's this one going for?
This one's going for 40 as it sits before any rebates and incentives. And keep in mind too, with the purchase of an EV vehicle, you do have the ability to receive the up to $7,500 tax credit.
Right. So long as it's a brand new one, not a used one,
Correct.
which some people may have learned the hard way this year. Those people are me.
Yeah, unfortunately, someone's already claimed the credit.
That's amazing. This thing is really good looking. All right, let's have a look at the inside of it. Go ahead and thank you. All right.
Oh, wait until you drive this one.
So we're all leather on the interior here, and again we have the teal exterior, and then let me see if I get this to focus. That teal complementary coordinating stitching, just like I have in my Volt. Look at how much cleaner this dash is in here, guys. This thing is just light.
This one has the parallel parking. It is a Premier, so the car will parallel park itself.
Wow.
But you can see your dash layout is pretty close to your classic layout that you're probably used to in your car.
Very similar. Very similar.
So this one right now, we have 20 miles EV range, 270 mile fuel range.
Nice. So that's what I'm accustomed to there. All right.
You have your regen paddle.
I do. That is right behind the steering wheel. You can see it's this button right here.
Now this one has a couple features on it. Since it is a Premier, this one has the forward collision alert with low speed braking. And it also has lane departure warning with lane keep assist. So if you start drifting outside your lane without using your turn signal, the car will actually guide you back into the lane.
Oh.
So there's a couple great safety features on the new Premiers that make them top notch, but it also helps you out with your insurance as well.
Oh yeah, those features do lower insurance. That's cool. I don't have any of those features on my car, so I didn't know about any of that. If you guys notice, the center dash cluster is much less busy and insane than the dash cluster on, or the center console cluster in the 2012 Chevy Volt. It was just covered in touchscreen or touch buttons with little clicks and pops and widgets all over the place, and you're always accidentally hitting the climate control button. And this looks to have fixed all that. This looks like pretty responsive.
Nice 8-inch touchscrreen.
I don't want that. I don't want that. Silence. Silence. Phone mode. Navigation. That's really good looking. Much better than and more updated than the navigation that I presently have in my Volt right now. Nice. All right. Well, let's go for a test drive. All right, we're all ready to go and take the Volt on a test drive. So now this I'm familiar with. Just grab.
Boom, 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 and then you have your parking brake again, which is right there.
Parking brake on. This is really good looking. And this is the same steering wheel from the Bolt we just drove.
Right.
Nothing wrong with that. It's a really nice steering wheel.
I thought you would really enjoy this color.
It's the same color as Alessandro. I like that they're still using it.
So this color, I didn't see this color one bit in 2016 at all on this car. Or that much on the 17.
I do know that for the year that mine was produced, it was a color that was only put on the premiums.
Okay.
So it might have only been on the fully loaded ones that year. They might have not been using it. So let's see. Oh, the regen. I'm not using the brake at all to slow down for the stop sign. I am using the regen button, the regen lever, regen paddle.
Regen paddle.
Regen paddle?
That's what
regen paddle. Behind the steering wheel to brake. And does this have the same pickup as the Bolt?
So
Close.
Pretty good pickup.
Close. I would say about the same as the 2012, which is nothing to sneeze at all. At lights, like if I'm right next to a Corvette or I'm right next to a Mustang or right next to somebody in a Camaro or something, they always like to get off the line and gun it at the light, but it takes time for them to build up those RPMs and those speeds. So I saw them off, and like for the first 100 feet, the voltage gone, and there was like you can see in your rear mirror, you can see their angry face. Cracks me up.
Electric cars surprise a lot of people. They don't. When you step on the gas on an electric car, they're not expecting the instant torque that an electric car gets.
Yeah.
And it kind of jerks you back a little bit.
With all of the torque available right now, there are certain advantages. That Bolt was awfully zippy.
Yeah.
This is nice though. So
yeah, nice and comfy. Compared to the older Volts, they changed the seats. They've actually given you more interior legroom.
Yeah, I'm noticing that the interior legroom in my Volt leaves a little bit to be desired in the back seat. But I don't care because I never sit back there.
Right.
I'm always sitting right here. But this feels a little cushier than the seats in my Volt. This is nice.
They've also added a lot more sound dampening material around the car to cut out a lot of the road noise. So you notice we're not having a real loud ride. You don't get a lot of wind noise in the Volts.
I like that. Are we straight here or right?
I'll make it right.
Cool. That's an electronic blinker sound. That's funny. And I guess it's electronic in my Volt too, but it sounds like a regular blinker in my car.
You just hear tick tick tick.
Yeah. And this, like, that sounds very automated. That's funny. Used to be the blinker used to click because that was the sound of the little relay going on and off. Like that was the way it wasn't an actual indicator click. It was the sound of that light going on and off.
I never noticed stuff like that. I guess I'm in these cars too much that I don't pick up that sound, that everything sounds the same anymore.
I'm around old cars a lot too.
Well, I no longer unfortunately get the joy of a new car smell.
No?
I don't get to smell new cars anymore.
What are you driving now?
Well, all new cars smell the same to me. So
oh!
It's disappointing. You go nose blind to it.
What's your personal daily driver?
I have a Chevy Cruze.
Cool.
As of right now, which I love my Cruze because the fuel economy on a Cruze is insane. It costs $30 to fill the tank, and you can easily get 350, 400 miles out of a tank in a cruise.
Getting that many?
Right.
Wow.
So, really great car, super safe. Plus, with my cruise, you can get a very, very, very nicely equipped cruise for about $26,000 with a sunroof, great Bose audio sound system.
Wow.
8-inch touchscreen, just kind of like looking like the Volts. Without the leather, but you get a nice sporty car for a good price, and that's something that's super good on gas mileage, good on insurance, and a great monthly payment on a cruise. You really can't go wrong with it.
Right. Are you going to keep the cruise, or are you thinking about maybe getting into the EVs?
I've been thinking about getting a Bolt. I like the Bolts. They're zippy.
I like it too. I like it a lot.
I love the Volts. The Volts are they look great. The new style of Volts, they look great, but there's something about a Bolt. I mean, not having to pay for gas at all.
Yeah, that is nice. And someday, when the time comes to no longer drive Alessandro, hopefully, because my granddaughter is driving Alessandro, because that's how much I love that car, I would like to get an all-electric, and it would be cool to have a Bolt. And who knows what they'll be doing by then.
Right.
These things are. This is really nice.
The great thing about the Bolt is, what is there really out there that has that range? You have to go with a Tesla.
Yeah, and you can't get anything for that price. And now that utility, now they do have the new Model 3, and the baselines for that are starting at $35,000, which is less than your Bolt.
Right.
However, there's not. I mean, it's a Roadster. It doesn't have the hatchback feature. So if you wanted a hatchback, and you wanted that level of versatility that you get out of a hatchback with seats which fold down, you'd have to go with something more like the Bolt. And you could drive the Leaf, but I don't see why you would, when for comparable money and range you could drive something that's frankly much better looking. The Leaf is a little buggy, little buggy eyes.
Yeah, but the Leaf, if I remember correctly, 80-mile range is what our Leaf has. The
newer ones are doing better than that, but yeah, they're not
right.
They're not up around Bolt range.
Right. And you know, that's the thing I really like. I think I enjoy the most about the Bolt is free of gas. You get, like I said, discounts on your power bill to charge your car, so you don't really have to worry about your power bill going up. Get great safety features in your cars, and our base model cars come with so much standard features that it's impossible to think they're the base model cars.
That last one that we were in, that Bolt, was that a base model?
Well, that was an LT, which technically is a base model for the Bolt. But with the big 9-inch touchscreen, that's a standard feature. Your backup camera is a standard feature.
Like I was about to say, it didn't feel like a base model.
Right. Because there's so many standard features that come with any new Chevrolet, going all the way down to the Spark, all the way up to a Corvette. They have
I've known a couple of people that drive the Spark and really like it. I didn't get to drive that. I did drive a 2016 Sonic from Reno to Las Vegas, which, if you're over the age of 19, I can't say I recommend.
Well, the new Sonics, so 16s, they started with the changes with the Sonics, but in 17s they did a facelift to the Sonics and really
that's good. Did they change the dash so it no longer looks like it came off of a Gixxer 1000? Because it had a motorcycle dash. It had a motorcycle speedo.
It still has that, but the entertainment center is a lot better in it. So,
all right, they're still using those leftover Gixxer speedos. I see how it is.
They can be pretty fun to drive.
Oh, okay.
They're fun. So yeah.
It got great, but you know what? It got pretty comparable mileage to the. Wow, you're ringing. It got pretty comparable mileage to that the Volt would have gotten on the way back down. You know, it only took.
Now, have you seen the Spark EV?
No.
Yes.
Do you have one?
I don't. They're so rare. They're so hard to find.
You call me as soon as you get one in, and I'm coming back with my camera, and we're doing it.
So Spark EV, I haven't heard any of the news side. We do have one of our technicians that drives one of those. Loves it. It's the range is okay on it. It's comparable to a Leaf, but in the size of a Spark. So if you're looking for a electric vehicle that can fit in tight spots, it's great. It's amazing.
Man, what kind of range are they getting in that?
I don't remember off the top of my head. The last one I saw, his is a 2015, I believe it is.
Okay.
So his is getting, I think, right around 65, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Is what he's getting. But again, in the size of a Spark.
Yeah, and if your entire world, like if you don't work very far from where you live and run all your errands within the same little suburb, I mean 65 doesn't sound like a lot, but it actually ends up being pretty sufficient. I love this regen paddle here. I really wish I had one in my older model Bolt. It's cool in the Bolt and it's cool in this. And I'm a hypermiler by nature, so like I would never change my brakes in this car because I would be using this here paddle to slow down all of the time. This is insane. This thing is so cool. Oh my god, what a great car. All right. And now, Steven, as we say in the biz, it is time to close it out.
Let's do it.
So that's how this works. So, you've been watching EVs of Nevada with Steven at Finlay Chevrolet here in Las Vegas, Nevada. It has been a really good time test driving this car and test driving the Bolt, and I really hope I get to do more of these with you in the future, Steven. This has been a really, really great time. If this is your first time on the channel, thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing right over here. Here's some other videos I think you'll enjoy right down here. My name is Catherine, EVs in Nevada. This is Steven. Please remember to like, subscribe, and smile.